So we are group 6 and we're going to be talking about advocacy organizations and professional organizations as well. Next slide, please. Okay, so just to start off with the definition of advocacy organizations, they're also known as pressure groups, lobby groups, campaign interest, or special interest groups. They identify legislation, regulations, guidance, and other trends in the public and private sectors that are important to their membership. Professional organizations are usually nonprofit, and they work to improve image, working conditions, and skill levels of people in a particular occupation. So they can be a resource for jobs, networking, continuing education, and professional conferences. Next slide. Okay, so roles of advocacy organizations. So the purpose of an advocacy organization is to ensure quality care and to combat disease and disability. Who is eligible for membership in these groups? That would include individuals, both professional and inexperienced. They can be voluntarily organized as well. So it's maybe a group of people with a common idea and a mission. Professional organizations are a bit different. They exist to enhance the credentials and the careers of their members. So who is eligible for membership in a professional organization? That would include individuals, students, and local groups. And the difference between eligibility would be that all members of a professional organization must meet a set qualifications of training or experience. Next slide.
Okay, so there are like a number of different advocacy and professional organizations. So the main ones that serve the healthcare industry for advocacy organizations, there's the Federation of American Hospitals, the FAH, the AMA, which is the American Medical Association, and the ANA, which is the American Nurses Association. And the AMA and the ANA represent both advocacy and professional. And for professional organizations, there's the ACHE, which is the American College of Healthcare Executives, the HFMA, which is the Healthcare Financial Management Association, the NHA, which is the National Health Career Association, and the AMA, which is the American Academy of Medical Administrators. Next slide, please.
So what kind of services do they provide? Advocacy organizations exist to improve and safeguard the health among a population or group. They usually combat particular diseases. They conduct research programs to find cures and provide financial and medical help and advice for their patients. Through the research I was doing, one of the ones that stood out or that may be familiar to you was the American Cancer Association, which does a lot to work with patients and to help find cures for cancer. So professional organizations are more focused on individuals and professionals. They have career enhancement programs, so like access to fellowship and internship opportunities. And since their members can be students, they offer scholarships oftentimes. And there's they focus a lot on networking and mentoring and collaboration with other professionals within healthcare. Next slide, please.
Okay, so I kind of mentioned this before, but there are some organizations that have both an advocacy and a professional purpose. And those two are the AMA and the ANA. So the AMA, which is the American Medical Association, works to innovate and improve healthcare and also has state and national advocacy that it works on. Their goal is working to enhance the delivery of care and enable physicians and health teams to partner with patients to achieve better health. And for the ANA, which is the American Nurses Association, it advances the nursing profession by fostering high standards of nursing practice, promoting a safe and ethical work environment, bolstering the health and wellness of nurses, and advocating on healthcare issues that affect nurses and the public. So, like I said, both advocacy and a professional purpose for each of those. Next slide, please. So, how to join? When I was researching these, generally, advocacy and professional have similar ways to apply and become members. So joining the groups, for the most part, seemed pretty simple and easy to do. So if you meet the requirements for the group you're trying to join, then you'll fill out like an application online, was what I saw for all of the ones that I looked up. There are different options for being a member as well. So you can be a student, a graduate, a physician, it's like a faculty associate, or there's also international members. And each type of membership has different things you have access to and things like that. So the type of membership depends on the specific organization that you're looking to join. And there are also usually yearly or possibly monthly fees for becoming members of each group. So I gave examples for two specific ones, which were the two that are advocacy and professional. So when joining the American Medical Association, you either can be a physician, a resident physician, or a medical student that meets the specific requirements. So if you're one of those three things, then you're able to fill out the application online and then pay the fee, which I think it depends on what type of member you are, but the general fee was, I think for this one, pretty expensive, around like $400 or something, compared to the nurses, which I think was in the like a little over 100. But yeah, so for the Nurses Association, you have the option of joining if you're a registered nurse, and it allows you to fill out the application if you are. It does like a check to make sure that you're a nurse. But then the other option is if you're a nursing student and not yet registered nurse, then you're able to subscribe and have access to the resources until you become a nurse and you're able to fully join. Yeah, so those are two examples of organizations that you can join and how to do so. Next slide.
And it looks like these are just our references. So that's it for advocacy and professional organizations.
Perfect. Very good. Thank you. You ready for a couple question and answers?
Of course.
Okay. So one thing that I like to do is break things down as much as we can, simplify it. So if one of you or both of you would like to just very simply describe, and like I said, simple terms, what advocacy organization is and what's professional organization, how are they different? How are they similar?
I would say advocacy organizations focus more on, advocating for their patients. And yeah, this is a perfect list. This is a good slide. And then professional would be more for if you're looking to enhance your career or reach out to other professionals, kind of.
And so how would they be similar with one another?
Well, I think they both improve like the quality of like education that you can get, and they both provide I can't think of the word, like resources and networking, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I think overall they improve healthcare, kind of like what Elizabeth was saying, that they both improve quality of care for patients just from different angles, kind of.
As you ladies were doing your research, was there any particular advocacy organization that stood out to you that you thought, oh, maybe once I'm out of school, I might want to join or be a part of? If so, why? What?
I think this one was advocacy. I was looking at a list and there was Doctors Without Borders, which I've always been interested in and would like to join someday.
Okay.
One of the ones that I researched or just looked at a little bit was the American Cancer Association. And then there's also, you know, the American Heart Association and American Diabetes. I haven't thought particularly about any that I would like to join, but it is a very interesting topic and something I'll probably look further into for joining once I graduate.
Well, good. Well, I appreciate your presentation. I hope that you had a good time in your research and had a great time listening to you present. So thank you again. And you're one of the lucky ones who gets to hang out with me on a Saturday afternoon before Memorial Day. So what better way to start off your long weekend with a presentation, right?
Exactly.
Okay, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much.
Thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye.